Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final week of the Prismatic Draft League regular season. Surprisingly, we are not technically out. I thought last week for sure we were out, but with how the matches have been playing out so far, if we get a 2-0 this week, we actually get 8th, which is kind of insane. So we can actually turn this around. If we get a 2-0, we guarantee ourselves 8th. I think if we get a 2-1, we don't, and then it'll depend on how the Varsity Farm Boys' match goes, because that's the time of recording they have not played yet. But this week, if that isn't obvious, we are actually going up against the Alaskan Absols, who is coached by two people this season. It is co-coached, ran by Henry, who, if you didn't know, I'll link his channel down below, has actually been watching all the games after they happened and giving commentary on them. He initially didn't start off as one of the coaches for the team. That initially was Shadow, but Shadow had to drop out halfway through the season, and Henry picked up the team. The other coach is Mario Fan. Now, I've not played much against Mario Fan. In fact, I've played against them in a... Actually, I don't know if I even played them in the other league that I was in them with, but they're a great player. Got some really cool ideas. But the person we're facing is Henry. And if you remember, Henry had a very scary team last season. Now, he didn't end up winning the season. He actually got second. But he was a guy with the Thunderous, the Iron Leaves. The Iron Leaves was kill leader last season. Henry's a very scary coach to go up against. And for our final week, where it all lies on how this match does, if we get top 8 or not, it's a little bit of pressure. But I'm not really too focused on getting top 8 this season. This season's been incredibly close for almost the entire run. In fact, it was only until currently, only 2 matches of week 8 have been played. But it was through those 2 matches that we got pretty much guaranteed who the top 6 are. That's how close it took until week 8 to get our guaranteed top 6. With top 7 is pretty much guaranteed, I think, at this point. It's who is fighting for 8th. And it's either going to be me or it's going to be Henry. I think Gamer can also get top 8 if it's a 2-1 in my favor against Henry, and then Varsity Farm Boys loses 2-0. I think then if Gamer gets a 2-0, he can make it into the top 8. So it's an incredibly close race for top 8 here. But we have to take a little bit closer look at this matchup, don't we? So, Henry and Mario Fan's team consists of Baxcalibur, Girafarig, Magby, Hitmonchan, Serena, Incineroar, Primarina, Snover, Uniclus, Bastiodon, and Dusclops. Right off the bat, this is a clear Trick Room team. You have Baxcalibur, who can flex in either Trick Room or out of Trick Room, but most of the time would prefer to be out of Trick Room, but he's more so the muscle of the team. The rest of this team wants to be in Trick Room. Well, most of the rest of the team. Incineroar is great in Trick Room, just because it's Incineroar. Incineroar is great anywhere. Outside Trick Room, in Trick Room, rain, snow, whatever. It's Incineroar. Primarina is actually very good in Trick Room as well. Same speed as Incineroar, but I think Primarina works in the Trick Room a little better. Because Primarina has spread move options, which is incredibly important. Uniclus is their de facto Trick Room attacker. 125 special attack. Magic Guard as an ability, meaning it can... I think... Is it Magic Guard it lets you use a Life Orb for free? Pokemon. Pretty sure it's... yeah, it's Magic Guard. Only takes damage from attacks. So Uniclus can run a Life Orb for free. And it's got 125 special attacks. So this thing can hit incredibly hard. Of course, the downside being is you have to get going. Oh, it needs that Trick Room up if it wants to really succeed. Bastiodon's a bit of a whatever Pokemon. It's not that Bastiodon can't do stuff. It's just that I'm not really expecting it to come this week. We have quite a few Pokemon to take advantage of it, including Blood Moon Ursaluna, which is 4 times super effective against Bastiodon, so not sure if it would want to come. Hitmonchan is another Fake Out Pokemon. I don't think we'll see it. If they bring Incineroar, I don't think they're bringing Hitmonchan. If they bring Incineroar, I don't see why they wouldn't. You want Intimidate for Tauros, you want Intimidate for Muck, you want Intimidate for Chestnut, though I don't think we brought Chestnut to a single game aside from week 2 when we tried the Belly Drum set. Could be wrong. No, I'm pretty sure I haven't brought Chestnut since. Yeah, I only played 1 game. So Incineroar is kind of important here, I think, but I don't expect them to want to lead it that often because they want to get their Trick Room mode set up. They want to get Dusclops out there first. How could I forget? Dusclops. That is an incredibly bulky Trick Room setter. Now, it kind of sits on the field sometimes, but it's got great supporting moves such as Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, Nightshade to do consistent damage. It can be a little tough to deal with for us. I would say for us more particularly, its main way of trying to disrupt Pokemon would be Will-O-Wisp. And if I'm honest, the only Pokemon on our team that is really threatened by Will-O-Wisp is Muck. Tauros is immune to it. Chandelure would be immune to it, not that Chandelure is a physical attacker anyway. But and Chestnut 2 is weak to it, but we haven't, like I said, we haven't brought Chestnut at all since week 2. Goodra could run physical, but Goodra's better off as a special attacker. Venomoth's special attacker. Ursaluna is a special attacker. So, Will-O-Wisp, while good supporting moves for the Dusclops, isn't that useful for him this week. But enough about that. Let's get a little bit better look at the team breakdown. Yeah, when I saw this combined with the poison, I was like, ah, yes, I'll bring the Venomoth to my final week because you got 4 Pokemon weak to poison. I mean, 4 Pokemon weak to bug, and then 3 Pokemon weak to poison. With only 2 of those Pokemon overlapping. But I looked at it a bit more, and I was like, Venomoth doesn't look too great here. Venomoth is faster than all of his team. All of their teams. But it's Venomoth. Venomoth's more of a supporting Pokemon. I mean, I could run Quiver Dance, but, Excalibur, Incineroar, Lunacless. These all are Pokemon that can KO Venomoth in one shot. So, not too useful. If I wanted to do something that's weak to that many Pokemon, I'd want a little more special attack. Hint, hint. You'll see a little more about that in a few minutes. But, they're also very weak to Rock. 4 Pokemon weak to Rock. Again, actually, only one of those overlapping with Poison, so maybe this is Glimmet's time to shine. What else we got here? We have 4 Pokemon weak to Fighting, so Tauros looks great here, but of course, you got the ever-present issue of they have counters for Tauros, and Tauros has kind of been my de facto leader this season, so safe to say that Henry is going to build with Tauros as his main problem, right? Because if Tauros is the thing that's been getting me the most results this season, of course Tauros is going to be what he looks at the most. Magby's an interesting one, because Magby does have Follow Me, and he did use Magmar last season, Henry, so I think there's a chance Magby could come, but it's not a high chance. What I'm most likely expecting is Primarina, Uniclus, Incineroar, Excalibur, Dusclops, and Serena. Yeah, Serena should come, I think. Those are the 6 I'm expecting. So, let's get off with the team. I mentioned it before, but we're bringing Glimmet. Yeah. So with this in mind, bringing Glimmet would mean that every Pokemon that I drafted this season, I brought to a match, except for Venomoth. And I'm fine with that because, as I mentioned, when I traded for Venomoth, I never planned on using Venomoth in the first place. So, yeah, we got to use everything this season. Now, we do see that it has the Focus Sash, and we have Electrode on the team, so, I wonder what Electrode's gonna carry. But, as I said in the, type chart breakdown, they have 4 Pokemon weak to Rock, and then 3 Pokemon weak to Poison, and only Snover overlaps in that. So there are 6 Pokemon that Henry could bring that are weak to the stab combo of Glimmet. Now, let's look a bit at the actual moves that we have here. We have Sludge Bomb, Power Gem, Toxic Spike, and Memento. We have Memento because being able to half any of their attacking stats and getting Glimmet off the field could be useful if Glimmet's facing down Pokemon that it can't deal much damage into. Now, granted, Glimmet has great special attack. You look at this thing and you're like, oh, what does it have? 80? No, it has 105. This thing hits harder than an electric ball of explosive powder. Insane. We went with max speed here because we wanted outspeed stuff like Primarina and Incineroar, which we tie with in speed. But because Henry and Mario Fan's team is Trick Room based, it is unlikely that those Pokemon would be max speed. Maybe Incineroar. Next up we have Chandelure, and we're actually going with a Life Orb set for Chandelure. I know both weeks that we did bring Chandelure, it was a Choice Scarf variant. But we went with Terra Grass, Energy Wave, Heat Wave, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, Protect with Life Orb and Flash Fire. The idea around Chandelure, right, is it might not do the most damage, which is a little strange to say because it's 145 special attack, but it is a threat into, the standard Dusclops set will only take about 50 from Shadow Ball, which is kind of insane considering we have 198 special attack with our investments. And we are 129 speed because if we go back to the speed charts, oh yeah, there it is. I was trying to figure out where I did it. I wanted to outspeed max speed Hitmonchan if it wasn't timid. Now, I know I said I don't expect Hitmonchan to come this week, but it is important to prep for it just in case, because Ursaluna is 4 times weak to fighting. Having something that's faster than Hitmonchan is probably going to be helpful. But aside that, we also outspeed max speed Primarina, max speed Incineroar, and of course all the things that go down it, Reuniclus, Dusclops, Bastiodon, etc. And we're Terra Grass just so we can get more damage out of the Energy Ball into Primarina. Next up we have Electrode. Of Electrode, we're actually running the Covert Cloak. This whole season, I've been running Choice Focus Sash Electrode. But this is the first week that we're going up against someone who has decent fake-out pressure into it. Now, Panda had decent fake-out pressure into Electrode last week, but Electrode wasn't needed on the field that much, so I was fine with just switching Electrode out and saving it for later. Whereas with this week, I want Henry to target Electrode Hisui with Fake Out and then just get hit with something regardless. Especially because we're running Taunt. Because Taunt is going to be very useful for Dusclops. Because either Dusclops uses a Mental Herb to remove the Taunt and so it can get up its Trick Room, or it's running Eviolite to stay bulky. And it is most likely going to be Eviolite, so we should be able to get this Taunt off for free. And of course we have our standard stuff, Thunderbolt and Thunder Wave. We don't have Chloroblast because the Pokemon that we want to hit with a Grass-type stab are already weak to Thunderbolt, from Marina mainly. And we actually have Worry Seed here. Now, Worry Seed is a very, very bad move. It simply changes your opponent's ability from whatever it is to Insomnia. Now, that's not super important. However, it is good for us if we're on the same field as Baxcalibur, because we'll be able to get rid of its Thermal Exchange. I believe Worry Seed only lasts while the Pokemon is on the field, so it'll really only be useful if I say, lead Chandelure Electrode. But it was just something I wanted to try, right? It's the last game of the season. We gotta do something wacky. Can't get a 2-0 victory if you aren't willing to risk it all, and we're willing to risk it all on something a little stupid. It'll also allow us to actually Worry Seed the Reuniclus too, even, to make sure that it loses its Magic Guard. So it's not that useless if we're not facing Baxcalibur, but it's a bit risky. Oh, also, we're not max speed on the Electrode because, as I said, Henry's team is very slow. We don't need any speed investment at all to outspeed his entire team. Well, their entire team, sorry. I keep defaulting to Henry, but it's Mario Fan and Henry's team. Can't underplay that. This is a co-coached team. I'm gonna change where the EV is there, even though it doesn't matter. Next up, we have Terra Electric Tauros with a Clear Amulet. They have an Intimidate Pokemon. I gotta have Clear Amulet on my main physical attacker. We have 154 speed to outspeed max speed Baxcalibur, which is 152 if it's got a Jolly Nature. Can't see it because my camera cuts it off. I'm a little ashamed I never fixed that. This is what, 3 seasons now where I've done that team breakdown thing, and I still have not changed where the camera is during that. Well, regardless. Yeah, so we're 154 speed to outspeed Baxcalibur. We have to rest in HP and attack. Close combat, Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, Protect. Fairly simple stuff. Wild Charge for the Primarina. Close combat for everything else. And Flare Blitz just to do Flare Blitz damage. Next up, we have Ursaluna Blood Moon. Not me if you heard of this one before. Terra Ghost, Assault Vest, Blood Moon, Earth Power, Hyper Voice, Vacuum Wave. Max Special Attack, 204 HP, 52 Special Defense. Now, Ursaluna has not been working out for us this season. I'll probably go over it more in the team breakdown. Team breakdown review after the season ends. But we're facing a Trick Room team. Can't really not bring Ursaluna to a matchup like this. Now, granted, Ursaluna will actually be faster than his, than their like heavy hitters. So why bring it at all? But I wanted to try, right? They're bringing us down to 0 IVs just in case, probably. They're, min speed, Reuniclus is still slower than min speed Ursaluna, so I don't really feel like I need to lower my speed, to, minus a minus speed nature. We'll just go with that. That way we're still faster than some of these Pokemon outside of Trick Room, some Pokemon being Dusclops. And last up, we have, honestly, one of the Pokemon that's been with me the longest in draft. It's a little weird to say when Electrode's right there, but Muck's one of the first Pokemon I've ever drafted in Draft League. Holds a special place in my heart. On that first team with us again, we're cosplaying as a Alolan Muck this week, with Terra Dark, Expert Belt, Poison Touch, Poison Jab, Knockoff, Taunt, Protect. With the Expert Belt, Terra Dark Knockoff Oko's max HP Reunion. So that's why we have that. With some speed to outspeed what? 78 allows us to outspeed Oh, yeah. Max speed Dusclops. Because it's a little wacky. Why not? Because... Oh, wrong tab. I mean, what if Henry brings max speed Dusclops? Who knows? With Taunt and Protect. Ah, that's why. You have Taunt, because... But if we can't bring Electrode every game, right? It's not really safe to assume we'll be able to bring Electrode every game. So having another Pokemon with Taunt to stop Dusclops kind of important. And with this speed, we actually have a decent chance of outspeeding Reuniclus as well. So if Reuniclus also has Trick Room, we could Taunt that. But yeah, that'll do it for the team breakdown this week. I thank you all for watching me stumble my way through this season so far. It has been my pleasure. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you when we get into the match. Peace. Okay, what do we got here? No Serena. You do have Snover. Which is a little interesting. I want to leave Glimmet. We do Glimmet Electrode, I think. Or Glimmet Muck. We do Glimmet Muck. Or Chandelure. Actually, do I need Chandelure? Yeah, I think I do want Chandelure. Okay, so we brought Snover, which is interesting in that I wasn't expecting it, but Snover does make a bit of sense. It does prop up the Baxcalibur. No, Serena is good for us in a way. We don't have any priority, but it does prevent. I mean, we have Vacuum Waves, but so we are able to throw out Vacuum Waves without worrying about being stopped by priority moves. Leading two poison types might be a bad idea, but I don't think it's that much of a worry, right? What would his lead be? I don't know if he'd lead Dusclops, but we'll see. Okay, the Baxcalibur and the Snover do lead. Is it max speed Baxcalibur? It might be. Power Gem. Honestly, I'm just gonna double target Baxcalibur. Let's go, Glimmet! Oh, and we get the poison off on the Snover. Snover gets a kill on the Muck, but that's fine. We're gonna Memento and Protect. Actually, no. Yeah, we're gonna Memento. Does Reuniclus have Shadow Ball? Damn. I played that poorly. Well, not exactly. That was kind of an obvious play on his part, so... Let me get the Trick Room up, which is a little unfortunate. It's Fairy. Ooh, hold on. Does he attack Glimmet? Oh, he does. Damn. Shoot. I got that play wrong. Psyshock, 36%. You know, it's not... I don't think he'd want to stall out his own Trick Room turns. That doesn't do much damage to Reuniclus. No, okay. Yeah. Get the burn on the Dusclops, but that doesn't matter. We're not gonna reveal close combat. Okay. Well, we got Glimmet 1 kill. So I think now I want to focus up. I don't think I bring Chandelure game 2. Actually, no, I don't. I bring Muck, Electro, Tauros, and Ursaluna. He still leads Snover, which is interesting. That's actually a little annoying for us. Oh, it's Helping Hand? Paralyzed? No. I'm gonna Hyper Voice. We're popping Vitera early, or maybe a little too early. Ooh, the Protect on the Excalibur. Or not the protect. I mean, it could have been... Yeah, it's definitely protect. We're actually able to keep Electrode alive for a little longer, which is pretty good for us. And we actually do need this Thunderbolt to hit Excalibur, because I don't think we KO without it. Snover is a really... it's a funny bring for them. I'm honestly surprised they let it twice. I should have led Chandelure, but I was a little afraid that Chandelure doesn't do much. Ooh, he gets a double para. Ooh, the Ice Shard. And because of that, Excalibur actually lives a turn, which I think is actually good for us. We're gonna Blood Moon Dusclops. We should be faster than... Oh, of course. Yeah, Ice Shard, duh. That was a crit. Uniclus comes in. We're gonna Earth Power Uniclus. Ah, yeah, he definitely kills Ursulina there. Yep, okay, well, we tried, right? Well, ooh. I did a lot of damage into the Uniclus. Now, unfortunately, we can't Terra Toro, so we're pretty much dead to a Side Shock, so there's no reason for him to not go for it. Well, since we can't win, I want to see if we get the triple protect. Nope, oh well. GG's. Well, that will be the end to our season, unfortunately. And this secures the Alaskan Absols, their position in playoffs, so good luck to Henry. I will link, and Mario Fan, I will link Henry's channel in the description so you can go over and watch all of his videos. He's a great guy. He has done a lot of VGC content in general, and I wish them the best of luck in playoffs. We couldn't pull through this season, but that doesn't matter to me. We got to see some funny stuff this season, so you can't be mad. I hope you all had a fantastic day, and I will see you when we get team recap. Peace.